Excellent. So, for all of our viewers and listeners, I'd like to start off with our first question. First and most obvious, for people who are hearing this term for the first time, what exactly is conscious conception?
Conscious conception is the process of bringing a child into the world with full awareness, full intention, and preparation rather than as a mechanical or incidental outcome of life. My understanding of consciousness is being aware. Aware of what? When you know what you're going to do, why you are going to do, and how you are going to do it, that means you are fully aware of the process. So, conscious of what? Pregnancy is not a biological process, it is from womanhood to motherhood. It has a deep connection, I would say, deep spiritual connection between the mother and the baby. The mother has the power of creation. So, a woman needs to believe herself and her body so that she will feel connected and at the same time surrendered to the whole process of pregnancy and child making. We very well know ovum and sperm are not developed in our body on the day of conception. We all know the ovary cycle and the sperm cycle. So, when our body is doing so much prepared month on month, when the body is getting prepared, how can we not be prepared to accept that miracle in our body? So, a mother needs to have patience to cover the whole journey throughout her life, not only in the 9 month process. It is a journey, it's a lifetime journey, commitment and awareness to raise a child. So, a mother has to be prepared in body, mind, soul to ready to welcome the child. So, in our discussions, Chitra, whatever we are going to discuss today, it's everything is already told by our forefathers and ancestors of this land. We have not created anything new. It is all based on the writings of Mother and Sri Aurobindo, plus all our ancient forefathers of this land in our Sanatana Dharma. So the conscious conception and fetal bonding, as I said, it is not new to this land. We know a lot of stories, say this from Prahalad, Abhimanyu, Ashtavakra, Chhatrapati Sivaji, Adi Shankara, Swami Vivekananda. There are many beautiful and brilliant examples of how their mothers have consciously prayed and conceived. Sri Aurobindo says in Savitri, in a small, fragile seed, a great tree lurks. In a tiny gene, a thinking being is shut. A little element in a little sperm, it grows and is a conqueror and a sage. He also says, when superhuman is born as nature's king, his presence shall transfigure matter's world. He shall light up truth's fire in nature's night. He shall lay upon the earth truth's greater law. Man too shall turn towards the Spirit's call. So, Mother says, the Superman shall be born of woman. This is a big, unquestionable truth, but it is not enough to be proud of with this truth. We must clearly understand what it means. We should become aware of the responsibility it creates and learn to face earnestly the task which is put before us. I will read few of Mother's thing for maternity. Mother says, the true domain of women is the spiritual. We forget it, but too often. True maternity begins with the conscious creation of a being, with the willed shaping of a soul coming to develop and utilize a new body. To bear a child and construct his body almost subconsciously is not enough. The work really commences when, by the power of thought and will, we conceive and create a character capable of manifesting an ideal. So, these two words are very key in conscious conception, the power of thought and the will. So, coming to the question, my understanding of consciousness and planned conception is couples not to produce children mechanically. That is, not to conceive unconsciously as a byproduct of incidental pursuit of one's sexual interest. As we already expressed, the body prepares time and again the ovum and the sperm. It is not formed on the day of conception. So nature is already working consciously in our body. The question is, are we aligned with that consciousness? So in conscious conception, the importance is a child must be wanted. The child must be prayed for. The child should be invited for the luminous future. So the parents become aware of their body, mind, emotions, soul. The act of conception becomes a prayer, a tapasya, but not a mechanical act. As I said again, the mother explained the true maternity begins with the willed and conscious participation in shaping who is to come, not just physically, but inwardly by the power of thought and will. So, the key over here is we have to aspire once or twice in lifetime. Let us please aspire through our thought and will to bring in the soul as a welcomed soul. Yes.
Wow, that was a great start, Vijay. In essence, you're talking about making the act of conception sacred. You spoke about, through the lines of Savitri and through the words of Mother, inspiring tenets of how the act of conception should, or the act of intercourse for conception should even be approached. I think that really sets the tone for our webinar today.